In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all thanks and praises be to Allah, the Lord of the mankind. Our dear students, peace be upon you all. Let's start our English revision today for third secondary scientific and literary section. Our instruction today is about phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs. When we say phrasal verbs are formed when a preposition is added to a verb. A preposition is added to a verb. Verb plus preposition. When we have a verb plus a preposition, we say phrasal verb. Phrasal verb. For example, give up. Try on. Take up. Turn on, off, up, down. All these expressions are phrasal verbs. If phrasal verbs are formed when a verb is added with preposition. يكون عندي verb ومعاه preposition. When we add a preposition to a verb, that's we call phrasal verbs. How to use the phrasal verbs correctly? For example, smoking is terrible. So you should give it up. You should give smoking up. You should give up smoking. If you understand the three examples here, you already understood the phrasal verbs and how to use them. Smoking is terrible. You should give it up. Give here is a verb. It, object, pronoun. Up is a preposition. Smoking is terrible, so you should give it up. Give is a verb, it, object, pronoun, up, preposition. With object pronouns, we must use them before prepositions. لازم نستخدمهم قبل prepositions. But if the object is noun, like smoking, we can use them before or after the preposition. With some phrasal verbs, pronoun objects لو المفعول ضمير must come before the preposition. لازم استخدمه قبل حرف الجر. But if the object is a noun, we can use them after or before the preposition. قبل أو بعد حرف الجر. How to talk about past habits? To talk about past habits, we can use subject, used to, followed by the verb in the infinitive form. How to form a negative with used to? Subject, didn't, use to, infinitive form. How to form a question using used to? Did, subject, use to, infinitive form. This rule is very, very important. To talk about past habits, we can use used to. In the negative form, didn't, used to. To form a question, we can use did, subject, used to. For example, I used to smoke. When I say I used to smoke, it has the same meaning as I already don't smoke now. It was my habit in the past to smoke, but now I don't smoke anymore. To change into negative, we say I didn't smoke. To write a question we use, did you smoke? To talk about past habits, we use used to. In the negative form, didn't, used to. To write a question, we use did, subject, used to. We use used to talk about things that were true in the past, but they are not usually true now. حاجات في الباست كانت حقيقية ولكن دلوقتي لا. Let's move to another point, obligation and necessity. To say that it's important to do something. علشان نقول ان احنا لازم نعمل الحاجة دي we use must, have to, need to. They all must be followed by the verb in the infinitive form. To say that it's important to do something, we use must, have to, need to, followed by the verb in the infinitive form. For example, when you get in a car, you space put on your seat belt. It's very important to be done here. When you get in a car, you put on your seat belt. أول ما تركب السيارة لازم ترتدي حزام الأمان. So it's important to use one of these words. لازم أستخدم أي كلمة من الكلمات دي. To say that it's not important to do something. علشان تقول ان هو مش مهم، مش لازم انك تعمل الحاجة دي. We use don't have to or needn't. They all must be followed by the verb in the infinitive form. But be careful using these words. It's important to do, we use need to. But when we say it's not important, we use needn't without to. Needn't or don't have to. For example, you don't have to pick me up. You don't have to pick me up. I will get the bus. In Arabic it has the same meaning as مش لازم، مش ضروري. مش لازم توصلني بالسيارة. I'll get the bus. أنا هاخد الباص. When you are talking about something that's not important, we use don't have to or needn't. To say that it's important not to do something. يبقى نخلي بالنا هنا. There is a great difference between it's not important and it's important not. It's not important يعني مش لازم، مش ضروري. أما it's important not to do يعني لازم بس إنك ما تعملش، ضروري أوعى تعمل، ممنوع، ضد القانون. We use mustn't. It's followed by the verb in the infinitive form. For example, you mustn't smoke in the petrol station. It has the same meaning as it's against the law. ضد القانون. To smoke. To sum up, it's important to do. We use must, have to, need to. لازم تعمل الحاجة دي. It's not important معناها مش لازم. We use don't have to or needn't, but to say it's important not to do يعني لازم انك ما تعملش حاجة محرمة، حاجة ضد القانون. We use mustn't. All these verbs must be followed by the verb in the infinitive form. Thanks for listening and goodbye.